are going to be doing follow along, focusing on tight hamstrings. So you're going to need some books or some yoga blocks or anything you can just hold your hands off the floor, and a resistant band. But if you haven't got a resistant band, don't worry, it's not 100% necessary. We can just use our arms, but it will help aid your follow along today. So you're going to grab them first. And this is focusing on tight hamstrings, and it's not necessarily mean that you've got short hamstrings, which a lot of people get confused with. So I'm trying to go through all the causations that could be happening with your tight hamstrings. If they are flexible but they still feel tight, then it could be a couple of reasons. So we're going to go through those couple of reasons, which is neural tension. It could be weak opposing muscles, which is your quads and your hip flexors. So we're going to cover all of that today. And it's also going to be good for someone who has inflexible hamstrings as well. So let's begin. We're going to start with a warm-up. We're going to do 3 exercises for the warm-up, and each one we're going to do 10 reps. So we're going to start standing. We're going to come into some elephant walks. So you can either place your hands on your shins or underneath your feet, wherever is accessible to you. And we're just going to bend the one leg, straighten the one leg, bring our hips out to the leg that's bent. You're just going to hold it for 1, 2, 3, and then swap sides. So bending your other leg, straightening the other leg, pushing that hip out to the side. Again, if you're really inflexible here, you can just put your hands on your knees and do it like this. So choose your variation, holding it for 1, 2, 3, and then swap sides. 1, 2, 3. Swap sides. 1, 2, 3. Other side. 1, 2, 3. And again, swap sides. Really pushing your hips out, straightening the one leg, bending the other leg. This is called an elephant walk, so it's a really good one just to warm up your hamstrings. Some flossing action. Nice and gentle to warm up the hamstrings, which we are going to be focusing on today. And once we've done 10 of them, we're going to come into a standing position. And the next one, I want you to focus on keeping your back straight. So if you find that when you bend over, you look more like this, then just come up a little bit until you feel like you can keep your back straight. So just bend over, keeping that back nice and straight. You're going to lock your legs out, and then you're going to bend them. So you're going to lock them out, you're going to bend them. We're going to do 10 reps like that. So pushing your hips back, keeping that back nice and flat, and then bending them. So again, this is kind of a similar one as for the elephant walks, but we're kind of doing 2 at the same time, focusing on that hip extension. Good. So remember, keeping your back nice and flat, keeping tension through your upper back, and then just focusing on bending and straightening your legs as much as you can. If you're really stiff, then it might look more like this. You're more like a 45-degree angle, but that's okay. That is okay. Fab. Once you've done 10, we're just going to stand up, shake it off, give our hips a little wiggle, wiggle, jiggle, jiggle. And our last warm-up exercise is going to be the B stance RDL. So you're going to have your left foot in front, your right foot behind, hands on your hips. And this is a really good one to become aware of your hips, how they move, which is another really important aspect to your hamstrings. If you don't know how to move your hips, then your hamstrings can sometimes get left behind. So let's focus on driving our hips back. We're going to bend over, keeping that back nice and flat, soft knees. We're going to hold this bottom position for 3 seconds, and then you're going to come up, and we're going to do 5 on each side, so 10 total. So driving your hips back, we're going to hold it for 3, 2, 1, standing up. And again, drive those hips back, feel the stretch in the hamstring, keeping the back nice and flat. 3, 2, 1, stand up. Good, drive them back, hold it down. 3, 2, 1, stand up. Drive them back, hold it there for 3, 2, 1, stand up. I think this is the last one. Last one, we're just going to reach our hands forward, drive your hips back. We're going to hold it for 3, 2, 1, stand up. Okay, now we're going to swap legs. So your right foot is going to come forward. Your left leg is going to be back in line with your right heel. Hands on your hips. We're going to drive our hips back, soft knees, keeping your back nice and flat. Feel that stretch in the hamstring. We're going to hold it there for 3, 2, 1. Stand up. And again, drive it back for 3, 2, 1. Stand up. Drive it back. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Stand up. Hips come back, back flat for 3, 2, 1. I'm going to do one more here. So drive your hips back, reach forwards, keeping your back nice and flat, looking forwards for 3, 2, 1. Stand up. So just shake it off. Now we're going to come down onto the floor. So this is where our books or our yoga blocks are going to come in handy. So grab them. And we're going to start with our right leg forwards. So we're going to come into a half split position. So you're on your one knee and your leg is out straight, toes to the ceiling. We're going to, if you're really stiff here, then just add a little soft bend into that front leg. I'm just going to take a deep breath and we're just going to hold this position here for anywhere between 45 seconds to a minute. So you want to hold a stretch where you can hold it for that amount of time. And it's really important that we focus on our breathing here. So really taking that breath into your belly and then expanding your rib cage as much as you can. And then a slow exhale. So breathe into your belly, expand your rib cage 360, and then slowly exhale. When you breathe, it's really important that we're just moving our belly and our diaphragm, our ribs, rather than shrugging our shoulders like this. Sometimes when we breathe, we shrug our shoulders up to our ears, but we're just relaxing our shoulders. We're just bringing it into our belly first, and then expanding our ribs, filling up our lungs. Deep inhale, and then a slow exhale. It's really important to focus on our breath. It also distracts you from, especially if you're really tight, then stretching can not feel very nice. So this breathing malarkey can distract you. So just a few more breaths here. Try and kind of really slow down that breathing. So you're telling your nervous system that it's okay in this position, it's safe. Okay, so the next part, what we're going to do is we're going to think about strengthening now the opposing muscles. So sometimes if the opposing muscles are not strong enough and not doing their jobs, then our hamstrings, they clench up and they kind of look for stability because their partners are not, helping them out, let's say. So this next part is going to help strengthen those opposing muscles. So we're going to take a deep breath and we're going to push our heel down into the floor, bringing it into for 10 seconds. And then we're going to push our books or our blocks into the floor. And we're going to try and lift our right leg off the floor for 10 seconds. Okay, so hands on your blocks. We're going to push that heel into the floor. Just do 40% if you've not done this before. Push it down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I take a deep inhale. And then on the exhale, we're going to try and lift that leg up off the floor for 10, 9. Don't worry if you can't lift it up. You're working that muscle in the end range, and that's what we want. So don't worry if your foot doesn't come up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now we're just going to go back into that passive stretch. Just holding it here. Again, focusing on that breath. Nice deep breaths. So there, that second part is really quite hard. So a lot of people don't actually achieve their leg coming off the floor. But the whole point of that is trying to strengthen in that end range. So wherever your end range is, if you're trying to get to it, wherever that could be, with your heel on the floor or off the floor, you're still working your end range. We're just going to hold it. We're going to do one more set here. So just holding that passive stretch. Nice deep breaths. Okay, we're going to do one more here. So we're going to push that heel into the floor for 10 and then lift up for 10. Ready? So push against, maybe a little bit more intense this time, maybe 50%. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, driving those hips out. 3, 2, 1. Now take a deep inhale. On your exhale, you're going to try and lift that leg up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then just bend into that front leg, come into a floss in action, bend forwards and back, just to loosen off that hamstring a little bit. And then we're going to do exactly the same thing now, but with our left leg. Just do about 8 of these, back and forth. Okay, so we're going to hold it again for around a minute, toes up to the sky, using your books or your yoga blocks to help balance you. Nice deep breaths. Think about that breath into your belly, expanding your rib cage, and then slowly exhaling. Good, toes to the sky. You can add a little soft bend into your front leg. You don't need to lock it out, especially if you're super tight, then a slight bend is going to get into your hamstring still. Nice. Also, I'd like to know, guys, what are your main issues? Do you find that you are flexible in your hamstrings, but you have tightness, or you're just really inflexible in your hamstrings? I'd like to know. Maybe drop a comment. So nice deep breaths. Just a couple more breaths here, guys. Okay. Right, now we're going to go into, so it's called pales and rails contractions. Pales is the first part, rails is the second part. I actually have a video on this if you want to know more. But we're going to come into pushing our heels down on the floor, toes to sky. Ready? We're going to push it down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, you're going to push your hands into the floor. We're going to try and, oh, my butt just bent. We're going to try and lift that foot off the floor for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Going back into that passive stretch. My books are crap. So just holding it here. Going back to that breath. We're going to do one more set like this. Good, keeping those toes up to the sky. You can always just have your hands on your hips as well if it's too much with your hands on the block. You can always just have it like this. Okay, are you ready, guys? So toes to the sky, driving that heel into the floor, maybe a little bit more intense this time. 50%, let's go. Drive it down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to lift it up. So inhale. On the exhale, you're going to push your hands to the floor. We're going to lift that leg up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Coming back into that flossing position. So knee forward, hips back. So we're just going to do 2 sets. That's enough, especially if you've never done something like this before. 1 or 2 sets is more than enough. So just come back and forth 8 times. And then we're going to move on to some neural tension, which is another reason your hamstrings could be feeling tight. Sometimes we stretch out our muscles thinking that it's just our muscles being short, but neural tension is something that needs to be done with gentle stretches, flossing actions, kind of gliding your muscles. So I'm going to show you one of my favorite ones for that. So we're going to come onto our backs. And we're just going to bring our right knee into our chest. And you can either keep your left leg bent or you can straighten it out, up to you. I like to keep it bent. Now with your hands, you're going to take it behind your hamstrings. You're going to point and flex your toe like this. So make sure with that leg that is locked out. So we're not bending like this. We're trying to straighten it as much as we can. Obviously, if you're really tight, then you might have a slight bend, but just try and straighten it as much as you can. Now we're going to do 10 reps like this. So you're going to point your toe to the sky, then you're going to point it behind you. 10 of these. Then we're going to bring the knee into our chest. We're going to bring it out, and then we're going to bring it back up again. Okay? So let's go. So 10 flosses back and forth with your toe. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're going to bring your knee into your chest, give you a squeeze, bring your leg out straight, and then bring it back up again. Take a deep breath. Now, can you bring your hamstring closer? Can you bring your leg in closer this time? Just try. How far can you come? Go to your end range. Then we're going to go back into that flossing action, 10 reps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring your knee back into your chest. Bring your leg out straight. Toes to the sky behind you. And we're going to try and bring that leg as close as we can into our body. You might find that you can bring it a little bit closer now. We're going to go back into that flossing action. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more. Knee into your chest, leg out straight. How far can you bring that leg now? So for me, I've got a little bit further. And we're just going to end with 10 reps of that flossing. Toe to the sky, behind. Oh, it burns. And then bring it into your knee, leg out straight. Back up. Bend that right knee. Now we're going to bring our left knee into our chest. We're going to straighten it out, bring our hands behind our left hamstring. Now, how far can your leg go? Go to your end range. And now we're going to come into the flossing action. So toes to sky, toes behind. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend your knee, bring your leg out straight. Up to the sky. Can you go a little bit further this time? Keep it straight. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend your knee, bring it out straight, back up to the sky. Again, go to your end range. How far can you go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend your knee, leg out straight, back out. Okay, last one. How far can you go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring your knee into your chest. Bring it out straight and then bend it. Okay, we're gonna do one more exercise, and that's with the band. So if you've got a band, great. If you haven't, also don't worry about it. You don't necessarily need it. Okay, so I'll show you both variations. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna bring, if you've got a band, you're gonna bring it behind your foot like that. Now, if you haven't got a band, you're just gonna use your hands behind your hamstring like that. Okay, and what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go to our max range here. So wherever you feel like you can go, we're just gonna hold it there. Hold it there, taking nice deep breaths. So again, if you haven't got a band, you're just gonna hold it like this. We're just gonna hold this passive stretch for like 30 seconds. And then we're gonna come into some P and F stretching. So contract, relax. So nice deep breaths here. Breathing into your belly. Trying to lock out that leg as much as you can. So the next part of this, what you're going to do is you're going to push your foot down into the band for 10 seconds. And then you're going to bring it towards you as much as you can, keeping your legs straight for another 10 seconds. And then we're going to relax. Again, if you're using your arms, you're just going to push against your hands for 10. And then you're going to push your leg as much as you can in towards you, keeping that leg straight. So choose your variation. I'm going to show you with the band. So toes behind you, you're going to push against that band for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to go the other way. You're going to try and bring your leg behind you as much as you can for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax back into that passive stretch. So I'm going to show you now without the band, just so you know exactly what you're doing. So just holding this stretch, nice deep breaths, just holding that passive stretch. Nice deep breaths. Okay, we're going to do it again. So pushing against your hands, ready, toes behind for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're just going to drive your leg behind you as much as you can for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then relax. Good job. Place your right foot down, and then we're going to do the left. So bring that band or bring your hands behind your hamstring. We're going to hold this passive stretch, keep your legs straight, toes behind. Nice deep breaths here. Relax into it. Breathing into your belly, expanding your rib cage. Nice. Okay, so same thing again. We're going to push against our band, or we're going to push into our hands for 10 seconds. Let's go. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to come in towards us for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then relax into that passive stretch. Go into your end range, just holding it there. And we're going to do that one more time. So I'll show you with my hands behind my hamstrings this time. Nice deep breaths. Okay, are we ready? So push against your hands or the band for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bring it into you as much as you can for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then relax. Holding that stretch or holding your band into that passive stretch. Nice deep breaths. Holding it here. And relax. Just give yourself a nice big hug, a big squeeze. And we're going to finish on that. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Perth WA time. That is in Australia. So I'll be doing it again next Wednesday. Next Wednesday's class is splits. So if you want to focus on lower body flexibility, then that one is going to be for you. I'll see you in my next live. Bye bye.